I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, will you please call the attendance?
Sandra Thomas,
Present.
Harold Wade,
Present.
Carolyn Babona,
Present.
Peter DeNegris, Stephanie Harris, Carolyn Bassaru, Lamont Wilson,
Present.
Saba Mchunguzi, Keith Hayward, Dave Bishop, counsel to the board.
Okay. Sandra Malone, would you please come to the microphone? Good evening. Would you please state your name and your address?
South 26th Street, Wyandanch, New York, 11798. Again, my name is Sandra Malone.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Ms. Malone, do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
I do not.
Okay. Let the record show that the applicant has submitted an affidavit of posting, that the property was inspected. The property was inspected on 9/17/24. That she has submitted a New York driver's license, a PSC and G bill, a bank account statement, a car insurance statement, and a credit card statement. Ms. Malone, where is your accessory apartment?
Where is it?
Yes, where is it located? On the
In
second
the
floor?
bottom portion of my house.
Okay. And how many bedrooms are there?
One.
All right. And is that apartment currently occupied?
No, it is not.
Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Are there any questions from the board?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's been motioned by Lamont and seconded by Carolyn that this application be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Malone, your application has been approved. You can take down your sign, renewal in 3 years, and you will receive your permit in the mail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Good night.
I can
And
leave
you
now?
can go out that way. Yep.
Good luck, everybody.
Pena, Jose Pena. Glenny? Okay. Would you please come to the microphone? Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you please state your name and your address?
My name is Glenny Pena. My address is 58 Broadway, West Babylon, New York, 11704.
My name is Jose Peña. My address is 58 Broadway,
West Babylon.
West Babylon, 11704.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No.
Okay. Let the record show that the Penas have submitted an affidavit of posting, and the property was inspected on 9/18/24. We have a New York driver's license, a car insurance bill, a PSC and G bill, a bank account statement, and an employment paycheck, I believe. Right. Where is your accessory apartment?
On the second floor.
Okay. And is that apartment currently occupied?
It's actually, yes, my son.
Okay. And how many bedrooms are there?
1 bedroom.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Are there any questions from the board?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by Carolyn and seconded by Keith that this application be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Your application has been approved. You can take down your sign, renewal in 3 years, and you will receive your permit in the mail.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
night.
you. Have a good night.
You too.
Gardenese?
Hello.
Would you please state your name and your address?
My name is Bani Godinez. My address is 1429 7th Street, West Babylon. This is my dad. I'm
Hi.
translating, so
My name is Neftali Rene Godinez.
he's the owner.
Okay.
My first name, Bany, B-A-N-Y. No problem.
All right. And is your dad's address the same as yours?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
yes.
You
Yeah,
do?
yes,
I
yes.
do? Okay. Do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
Because no, he doesn't.
Okay. Now, am I to understand that you're speaking on behalf of your dad?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to ask him? Okay.
Well, he's not able to speak in English, so
No,
you're
he
speaking.
understands, but he cannot speak it aloud.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to speak
Yeah.
for him? Okay, all right. And I said, do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
Que si usted es dueño de una otra propiedad en West Babylon.
No.
Okay, all right. Let the record show that Mr. Godinez
Yeah.
has submitted an affidavit of posting, and the property was inspected on 9/27/2024. He has submitted a driver's license, New York driver's license, a National Grid bill, a bank account statement, a Cablevision bill. Okay. Could you tell me where the accessory apartment is, where the apartment is?
It's in the first floor.
And how many bedrooms are there?
2.
And is that apartment currently occupied?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Are there any questions from the board? Motion to approve. It's been moved by Saba and seconded by Carrie that this application be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Your application has been approved. You can take down your sign. You'll receive your permit in a couple of weeks and renewal in 3 years. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night. Okay. Swaby Richards. Would you please state your name and your address?
It's Andrew Swaby Richards, 590 Outlook Avenue, West Babylon 11704, New York.
Okay. Did you understand her? Okay. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No, I don't.
Okay. Let the record show that Ms. Swaby Richards has submitted an affidavit of posting, that the property was inspected on 9/20/24, that she submitted a New York driver's license, a Suffolk County Water Authority bill, a paycheck statement, and an auto insurance statement. Okay. Ms. Swaby Richards, where is your accessory apartment?
It's to the right of the main entrance, 'cause it's a bungalow, it's
On
a
the first floor?
first floor, correct.
And how many bedrooms are there?
One bedroom.
One bedroom? Okay. So it's a converted garage?
Yes, it is.
Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Are there any questions from the board? Motion by Keith and seconded by Carrie. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Your application has been approved. You can take down your sign. You'll receive a permit in a couple of weeks and renewal in 3 years.
3 years. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Good night. I need to find the, no, inspection. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sue? Ryan Andrew Sue? No, it says the last name is Sue. And the first name is Ryan. All right. 343 West 21st Street, Deer Park. Rodriguez, William Rodriguez? Hi,
doing?
would you please state your name and your address?
Okay, my name is Edgar Rodriguez. The permit's for my son. I'm just standing in for him because he had surgery yesterday and he
Okay.
couldn't come in for himself.
All right.
William Rodriguez. My name is Edgar Rodriguez. Edgard. Okay.
Okay, we do have a notarized statement indicating that William Rodriguez gives permission to Edward Rodriguez to speak on his behalf. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, would you please state your name and your address?
My name is Edgar Rodriguez. My address is 12 Shirley Lane, West Babylon, New York.
Okay, and you're speaking on behalf of your son William, and would you please state his address?
He's 50 Anchor Court, West Babylon, New York, 11704.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. And does William own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No.
Okay. Let the record show that William has submitted an affidavit of posting, that the property was inspected on 9/27/24, that he has submitted a New York driver's license, a telephone bill, a bank account statement, a car insurance statement. Okay. Okay. Where is the accessory apartment, Mr.?
On second floor, upstairs.
Okay. And how many bedrooms are there?
2.
Right. And is that apartment currently occupied right now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Okay. Are there any questions from the board?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Lamont and second by Saba. All in favor? Okay. Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, your son's application has been approved. You can take down the sign, and renewal in 3 years, and permit will receive in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you.
And we hope he's feeling better.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice night.
Bye. Good night. Are you Ryan Sue? Okay, would you please state your name and your address?
Ryan Andrew Sewell, and the address is 343 West 21st Street, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And Mr. Sue, do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No, I do not, ma'am.
Okay. Let the record indicate that Mr. Sue has submitted an affidavit of posting, that the property was inspected on 9/25/24, that he submitted a New York driver's license, a PSE&G bill, a bank account statement, and a credit card statement. Okay. Mr. Sue, where is your accessory apartment?
It's where, I guess, where the
So it's
old
downstairs,
oh,
first floor, second floor?
main floor.
First floor.
First floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many bedrooms are there?
Only 2.
2 bedrooms?
2 bedrooms.
And is
correct.
that apartment currently occupied?
Yes, my sister. That's in. She goes to Suffolk Community College, and also my mother.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Okay. It's been moved by Carrie and seconded by Carolyn that this application be approved. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Mr. Sue, your application has been approved. You can take down your sign. You will receive your permit in a couple of weeks and renewal in 3 years.
Okay, sounds
Thank
great.
you very much.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
You too.
Hi, good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. We have 31 renewals by affidavit, but before we go to that, perhaps we should look at the reserve calendar and see if there's anything that the board wishes to call.
We'll call the revocation hearings first.
Okay?
Okay. We'll do number 2 first.
All right, number 2, Town Code, Section 15315 provides for revocation of an accessory apartment permit when the dwelling is not owner occupied. An affidavit was submitted to the board by Justin Giordano, who is with code enforcement. Mr. Giordano attests that he was at the premises in response to a fire invited by the fire company on 8/21/24, and on that date, he was told by the residents of 22 Jean Drive that the owner lived in Queens.
Would you please state the name for the record?
The owner is Tanuha Chabra. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes. Is there anyone here that is representing or on behalf of Ms. Chabra? Is there anyone here on behalf of Tanu Chabra?
And he is not here, I take it?
Right. Why don't we wait a few more minutes, because the last time she was represented by counsel, and so we'll see if that counsel arrives in a few minutes. So I'll postpone this hearing for a few more minutes, and we'll call the second revocation hearing.
Okay, this is Anna Horte, 17 Scott Lane in Manorville, pursuant to Code 15315, a revocation of an accessory apartment permit when the dwelling is not owner occupied. The town attorney's office conducted a investigation, and on October 7th found evidence that the owner actually lives in Manorville. The evidence was found in an internet search, included driver's licenses and other indicia of that as their permanent address.
Is Mr. Agnew-Hashi here? Would you please come forward? Would you please state your name and your address?
My first name is Avinash Agnihotre.
Okay, and would you please state your address?
My address is 1473 2nd Street, West Babylon, New York.
So, you're saying that your address is, say it again?
1473 2nd Street, West Babylon, New York.
Okay. Okay. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Right. And do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No.
Okay. So you've heard the allegations that you do not live in West Babylon, that the allegations are that you live at 17 Scott Lane, Manorville, New York?
So, unfortunately, me and my wife are going through a separation, so I'm living at 1473, which is I own as well.
1473.
2nd Street, West Babylon, New York.
Okay.
Does your wife live at 1473 2nd Street?
What's that?
Where does your wife live?
17 Scott Lane.
Let's see. And you have verification that you live at 1473?
Yes. I mean, I thought what I could help, I brought here. I'm not sure what exactly you guys need.
What have you brought?
I have my license, my phone record, my phone, my credit cards, bank account.
Okay. According to the investigation by the town attorney's office and by their investigators, it is indicating that you do not live there. So I guess, and it's your contention that you do live there. And would you please submit your evidence to our attorney first, and then to our secretary? 1473 West. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah. All right.
Either way, either you live there and you have a tenant, one tenant, or you have residents in Manorville and you rent it out to one family. So please tell me what you do. Well, it depends on, so if you will tell us whether you actually live majority of your time in Manorville or in Second Street.
Can he go by the mic? Hold on, sir. We need you to put this on the record and to be recorded.
We're gonna go off.
We need to have this on the record first. No. I believe.
Then you want the accessory apartment permit. Okay, so then go back up and say that you're gonna submit this and let's try to get the permit.
This is an existing permit.
Right, and he wants to maintain it,
Is it, are there two families in that residence now?
ask him. I'll go.
Okay.
One, yeah.
So are there two families that are living in this house now?
One family, ma'am.
And you're living there as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, would you please have a seat?
Yes, sure.
Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? All right, would you please come forward? We can ask him afterwards. Would you please state your name and your address?
Sure. It's Joe Jankowski, 1466 2nd Street, West Babylon.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Jankowski?
Last name?
Jankowski. Jankowski. 1466 2nd Street. Sorry. You're welcome. I'm here today to speak as a resident of 2nd Street, West Babylon, and the revocation of an accessory apartment permit for 1473 2nd Street, the residence opposite mine. This home was purchased in 2018 by Mr. Agnahatri per the town assessment roll. Since this sale, we have seen 3 separate occupants at the front of the home and a tenant that was renting the rear of the home, which has remained throughout. It is my understanding that in order to have the accessory apartment, the home must be owner-occupied. It has not and never has been. The most recent occupant to the front of the residence has lived there since August 2022. Late last year and this year, we began to have issues with parking in the neighborhood and can trace that back to 1473 2nd Street. People would park for an hour or two at a time and then leave, only to be replaced by another car. Cars would park in front of various homes in the neighborhood, many times obstructing access to neighboring driveways and obstructing views of the road. We were then made aware by the current occupant, which is not Mr. Agnahatri, that their daughter was operating an eyelash extension business from the front portion of the home. This was corroborated when we came across the website with the address listed and service booking capabilities. I will submit a screenshot of the website as it has been removed since to cover evidence. For documentation purposes, this was also shared with the town's Citizen Service Department on August 2nd, 2024, and I'll share that email. At this time, we contacted Town Code Enforcement and Citizen Services about the issue, which is in violation of Town of Babylon Code residential zone permit uses. The reason we were aware of this accessory apartment was because the code enforcement officer documented this information in our case paperwork and communicated that with their current occupants. Since that day, the business has continued to operate and the occupants continue to reside in the home in violation of town code. While I understand that we're here today to address the revocation of the permit, this permit should not have existed in the first place, as all documentation since 2018 has been submitted and notarized in violation of town code. The new permit application, which would have been required when a new homeowner purchases the home, states you must maintain this address as your primary residence. It has not. Any renewal permit requires that you state that you reside at the above referenced premises. They have not. They were all signed and notarized documents. This is why I request the permit be revoked indefinitely and the town address additional violations that continue to affect the quality of life in the neighborhood. So to summarize, I have not ever seen Mr. Agnihotri at the residence. There have been two consistent tenants over the past 2 years, one in the front of the home, one in the rear of the home, which I believe town code enforcement documented. And I also know that there is a business operating out of that home still, which is also a residential home where the business should not operate. So I have this documentation to provide.
Okay, would you please submit that to our secretary? Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard on this application?
Hello.
Please state your name and your address.
My name is Kelly Ann Zamardi, Zimmardi, and I live at 1466 2nd Street in West Babylon.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
I'm also here today to speak as a resident of 2nd Street in West Babylon and the revocation of an accessory apartment permit for 1472 2nd Street. Over the past 2 years, I've had many issues due to the accessory apartment and business being operated out of the residential home across the street, to the point that I have been verbally harassed by the occupants in front of my young children and my parents. Because of the business, cars line our block for hours at a time with a consistent stream of traffic coming and going. As someone who is home with my 2 young children, I am often bringing my child to school, activities at Phelps Lane, and the library, and more. When there are people parking in front of my house, on my lawn, blocking my driveway, or simply parking in a fashion where I cannot see clearly or safely when leaving my own driveway, this has become a major problem for my daily schedule. In addition to the business operating illegally, one of the people that lives temporarily at the home had a large commercial box truck parking in the street in front of the once vacant home next door to us. This was brought to the town code's attention and fixed over time. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, the police have been called to the home on an average once a month for the past 2 years. I requested the documentation of this record from the Suffolk County Police Department, and I'm awaiting for the FOIL request to be complete, and it will provide that when it arrives. The reason the police are called is clearly for domestic disputes. We are woken up at all hours of the night to the police activity and people yelling on the front lawn. This has come from renters in both the front and the rear of the house, and it is more than excessive. Just this weekend, the police were at the residence twice. The first was at 1:30 a.m. Friday morning for what was clearly a domestic dispute that we could hear from inside our home where our children are sleeping. The second was Monday morning when an ambulance and 3 police squad cars arrived. This is no way for my family to live and also provides direct proof why the town code is in place to prevent these things from happening without penalty or accountability. The accessory apartment permit should be revoked indefinitely, and I hope that the town will then be able to address the other issues at the home, especially the business that operates illegally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to be heard on this application? Okay. Mr. Aguirre. So you have heard the allegations and the complaints from your
Yes.
neighbors?
Yes.
And you understand that their concerns?
Mhm.
And do you have a response?
Yes, town inspector came to the house. They checked the house. There is no business advertised, not that I'm aware of. Nobody is operating any business. Town has checked it. They've not found anything. They have taken pictures. They came in once or twice already. I have told the inspector they can come anytime. They don't have to make an appointment to come in. Police, yes, a person who lives downstairs has medical issues. So yesterday, or the day before yesterday, there was an ambulance was called because he's in a hospital right now. As far as the box truck, there was box truck was parked, was my friend's for about 3 or 4 days. Complaint was made, it was removed. After that, box truck has not been seen, is not there. Town inspector came and I explained the same thing to him that you can, Mr. Edwin, I forgot his last name, person who came in, and I said, you can come in anytime and check, there will not be any box truck. I have I have 2 driveways. All my cars, my tenant who lives downstairs, they all park in the driveway. Nobody parks in front of any of the other homes or anything like that. So I'm really sorry.
Please keep your...
Yes. So I'm not sure This is the first time I'm hearing it, about
The
this.
allegation also, sir, is that someone lives in the back of the house. There's an apartment in the back of the house as well as the front?
So there is only, it's a one apartment. And I live upstairs, and my tenant who lives downstairs.
And there's no one living in the back? There's no tenant in the front, and there's no tenant in the back?
There is no, apartment is at the main level. There's only two apartments, means one the main part of the house, and then there is an apartment, and that's it. Yeah.
The allegation is that they've never seen you, that they don't know you.
I
that
mean,
they
I work a lot.
only respond to
I'm
the
sorry. I work a lot. I have never seen them because I keep it to myself. I work in city and I work like 11, 12 hours a day. So if anybody has told me about something, I would have addressed it. It would not have come to this far at all. It's not like I am there to harass people or make a life. I'm not making life miserable for anyone. If I had known, if my neighbors are that upset, nobody else is here except for them. So I don't know what is going on. I'm not sure why they are so heavily
So
involved.
it's your testimony that there's no business, no nail?
There is no business because town has checked it.
Okay. And in addition, that you now reside at the house?
I will be moving it 100% fully, so that would resolve all the issues, if anything else is going on.
So you're not there now?
Ma'am, I also, like I said, I am separating from my wife, so I'll be spending more. I work in city, so I do reside at 1473 3 or 4 times a night, but I was spending time at 17 Scott Lane as well, but the situation is changing.
All right. Are there any questions from the board? Yeah. Yes.
How long ago did you purchase the house in Manorville?
2014.
What was that?
2014.
And the house, this is not your primary residence, the one on Second Street?
It has been in the past, yes, ma'am.
It has been in the past?
Yes, it has been in the past.
How long ago in the past did you live there?
I lived there since, I want to say 2022, I believe.
2022?
Yeah.
You lived at this residence from 2022?
Yes.
Till now?
Yes.
But none of the other residents have seen you, correct?
I don't, like I said, I am spending little time so far between the two homes, so it's possible that, my neighbors have not seen me.
What was your primary residence? Was it the one in West Babylon or the one in Manorville? Which house did you purchase first?
In Manorville.
In Manorville?
Yeah.
And then you came to West Babylon to
Yes.
purchase that house? Was it at that time maybe a rental, or that wanted to be your primary residence?
Actually, the thing was I wanted to buy a house for my parents.
With your parents?
Yes.
And do your parents live at the West Babylon house?
But they moved back to India.
They where?
They moved back to India. Yeah.
And how long ago did they move back to India?
2023.
So they were there for how long?
They were there over a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
so-
I have no further questions. Thank you.
So what we're going to do is I'll take a motion to place this application on reserve, to reserve decision.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? All in favor? Okay, so we're going to reserve decision on your application. We're going to do some further investigation, Mr. Agarhart. We are very concerned about the allegations from your neighbors.
Okay.
And we think that that's important for you to consider as well.
I understand completely.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Please let me know what I need to do, and I will follow, whatever the laws are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Dave, I think this gentleman may be here for Shabara. Yes.
I apologize for being late with traffic.
So let me call the record. Thank you very much for your testimony. Okay.
So this is a revocation hearing. There's an affidavit from the code enforcement that they were on the premises and were told by residents that the owner lived in Queens and that there are two families currently renting at this address. Pursuant to the Town Code 15315, there's a requirement that the premises be owner-occupied, and the finding of the code enforcement was that it's not, and now the matter is before the board. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to call the record. Tahanu Chabara, would you please state your name and your address and your relationship?
Certainly. My name is Dennis Biancanello. I'm of counsel to the Oakable Law Firm, which was assisting Ms. Traber in this
Wait,
matter.
can you slow up, please?
Sure.
Could you please state your name again, please?
Certainly. Dennis Biancanello. Just bring that up a little bit. Biancanello. Of counsel to the Okerblom, I'll spell that if you like. Law firm over at 264 Logfield Road, East Northport. That was assisting Ms. Traber on this matter. They asked me to come down tonight. My understanding is what was basically relayed by the gentleman before me. Ms. Traber had planned on residing at the residence, but she wound up getting engaged. There are renters there currently pursuant to lease agreements that are going to be vacating in January. We would then ask if the board would consider adjourning this to January so that we could have them vacate pursuant to their lease. As the board is aware, I'm sure housing right now on Long Island is not easy to find places, so we're trying to accommodate the residents, the tenants, with that. And then come back in February, and if further action needs to be taken, we'll do the eviction proceeding and/or we're going to be selling the place.
But this is a revocation of an accessory apartment permit. And the requirements of the permit is it's got to be owner occupied. And at this time, we have evidence that Ms. Chabara does not reside in North Babylon on Jean Street. Could you give us the address where Ms. Chabara lives?
They did not give that to me. I'm sorry. I'd asked for further information.
We have 8821 Pontiac Street, Queens Village, New York.
I will see if I can confirm that. But unfortunately, I had reached out to the firm, and they didn't get back to me on that with the address. I apologize.
But the requirement is, and you indicated that you're going to do an eviction of one of the tenants who is residing, because there are two families residing in this residence.
Correct.
But the requirement of the permit is that it's owner occupied. And the owner is not occupying the residence, even though their intention is to have one of the residents vacate. It's not owner occupied right now. And that's the issue.
I understand where you're coming from, ma'am.
Okay. So, and this is a revocation hearing of that permit.
Is the house on the market now?
I don't want to misrepresent to the board. I believe so, but I cannot state it with certainty. I know they were hoping to get to the end of January with the hearing so that they could have the tenants leave pursuant to the lease, because the reality is with landlord-tenant.
The leases are up both simultaneously at the end of January? Is that what?
That's what I've been informed, yes.
But the issue is that there's a lease with two tenants in a house that's supposed to be owner occupied. And for us, for this hearing and for this board, we have to address the issue of the occupancy of the owner. Okay. Do you have anything else? Are there any questions?
No questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, you said two different things to us. I'm confused.
If I can clarify, I will.
She's gotten engaged, correct?
My understanding is she got engaged, yes.
Okay. Therefore, she's not going to live in the property, so the property pending a sale, if the tenants are out by January.
It's my understanding the property is going to be sold after they vacate, since most of the time when you're doing a sale, they don't want to take it with tenants intact.
Here's my concern. What if they don't move? We got a problem.
Yes.
But the issue for us, Keith, is that it has to be owner occupied, and it is
Right.
not.
Right.
That's the only issue for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
It's on that issue. Did the owner ever occupy the the property?
You won't know.
I can only speculate, because it's not stated specifically.
Okay. Hold on, speaking to your mic. Here.
They didn't tell me. They just asked if I could appear, and I said yes.
She could have answered.
It's a delay purposefully.
Well,
Because as my colleague has mentioned, this is not the first time we've talked about this property. And we want to move forward with this situation. But with your client knowing that they're not occupying the property and they have failed to appear. This is the second time.
did they, well, I don't know if they appeared on the prior date, and I wasn't told why they weren't being here tonight, to be honest.
I'll say again, thank you very much. The bottom line is that it's not owner occupied. So therefore, we're going to reserve decision until our next meeting. And so I'll take a motion to reserve decision until our next board meeting,
I'll
which,
make a motion to put it on the reserve calendar.
Second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have to tell you that more than likely this is going to be revoked, that the bottom line is owner occupancy, and we have tenants that have a lease.
Okay.
So we thank you very much for your appearance.
I apologize for being late. Traffic was worse than anticipated.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Have a good night, folks.
Good night.
Thank you. Okay. Are you folks just want to watch or?
Well, we're here for a general question.
Okay, you want to ask that now? Because we're going to go through some renewals. So
No, we would just like to know that
would you come to the mic so that we can, and please state your name and your address.
Okay, my name is Maria Massot. I live at 1423 6th Street in West Babylon.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so the question is, if you suspect, I'm sorry, Massot, M-A-S-S-O-T. After a permit is granted, and if you suspect that there is an additional apartment other than the one they got a permit for, what is the recourse? What do we do as neighbors?
Well, what you do is you file a complaint with the town. You
Okay,
call Citizen Services, or you can call Rich Schaefer's office, who responds immediately to any concerns that any resident has. They'll send out an investigator who will investigate, and we will, after that investigation, we'll get a sworn affidavit from the investigator, and we'll call them for a revocation hearing.
yes, so they'll inspect the entire property, not just
Exactly.
what they're saying here.
Exactly.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it. You have anything else? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for your
Thank you.
diligence and your advocacy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Chair, members of the board. I have for your consideration renewals by affidavit. Number one is Castillo, also known as Gonzalez, 119 Gordon Avenue, West Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lamont, seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Two, McCall and Drummonds, 86 Pickwick Lane, North Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lamont, seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Three, Kudelka, 245 13th Avenue, West Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lamont, seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Four, Saravia, 207 Bergen Court, Copeg.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lamont, seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Five, Minatulo, 104 Wyona Avenue, Lindenhurst.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lamont, seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Aye.
6 Colado, it's 170 25th Street, Copeg.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carolyn, seconded by Harold. All in favor?
Aye.
7, the life estate of Tiratium, 349 45th Street, Lindenhurst.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carolyn, seconded by Harold. All in favor?
Aye.
8, Nunez, 349 45th Street, Lindenhurst.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carolyn, seconded by Harold. All in favor?
Aye.
9, Cristofero, 51 Kissimmee Road, West, in Lindenhurst.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carolyn, seconded by Harold. All in favor?
Aye.
10 is Inamorado, 914 3rd Street, West Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carolyn, seconded by Harold. All in favor?
11, Artusa, 322 Columbus Avenue, West Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Harold, seconded by Pete. All in favor?
12, Espinal, 31st Street, Copeg.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Harold, seconded by Pete. All in favor?
13, Sapoa, 162 Westview Avenue, Deer Park.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Harold, seconded by Pete. All in favor?
14, Salgado and Ribeiro, 21 Lloyd Avenue, North Babylon.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Harold, seconded by Pete. All in favor?
15 is Pappas and Ping, 67 Crescent Drive South in Farmingdale.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Harold, seconded by Pete. All in favor?
Aye.
16 Cruz, 10 York Drive, Wheatley Heights.
Motion by Pete, seconded by Keith. All in favor?
17 Trust of Payne, 268 East Shore Road, Lindenhurst.
Motion by Pete, seconded by Keith. All in favor?
18 Dalton, 2035 Straight Path, Dix Hills.
Motion by Pete, seconded by Keith. All in favor?
Aye.
19 Grillo, 12 Monitor Street, North Babylon.
Motion by Pete, seconded by Keith. All in favor?
Aye.
20 Venetio, 411 17th Street, West Babylon.
Motion by Keith, seconded by Sabo. All in favor?
Aye.
21 Kashuba, 94 Midwood Road, West Babylon.
Motion by Keith, seconded by Sabo. All in favor?
Aye.
22 DeLuca, 74 Berry Street, Lindenhurst.
Motion by Keith, seconded by Sabo. All in favor?
Aye.
23 Vadla Patla and Musunuru, 239 Old Country Road, Deer Park.
Motion by Keith, seconded by Sabo. All in favor?
Aye.
24 Bautista, 25 Locust Place, Copeg.
I'll second.
Motion by Sabo, seconded by Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
25 Metzler, 25 Claremont Avenue, North Babylon.
I'll second.
Motion by Sabo, seconded by Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
26 Diaz, 627 Stream Street, North Babylon.
I'll second.
Motion by Sabo, seconded by Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
27 Quila, 915 Deer Park Avenue, North Babylon.
Second.
Motion by Sabo, seconded by Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
28 Ramos, 29 Garfield Place, Lindenhurst.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carey, seconded by Lamont. All in favor?
Aye.
29 Nolfo, 1131 Campagnole Avenue in Copeg.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carey, seconded by Lamont. All in favor?
Aye.
30 Gelsomino, 61 Mole Street, West Babylon.
Make a motion to
Or
approve.
Mole Street.
Second.
Motion by Carey, seconded by Lamont. All in favor?
Aye.
31 Scaglione, 87 Oak Street, Deer Park.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Carey, seconded by Lamont. All in favor?
Aye.
A lot of tongue twisters, and we're out of them. That's it.
Like to
Mole
make-
Street or Mole Street?
Mall.
Mole. Mole.
Like to make a motion to accept the minutes of October 22nd, 2024. I'll second.
I have to excuse
Motion by Carolyn and seconded by Carey. All in favor? Abstained by Lamont because he wasn't present. Okay, all in favor?
Did we do Bruno?
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
On the reserve, did we do Bruno? No. Oh, okay.
Second.
Moved by Keith and seconded by Carolyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.